Okay, everybody, welcome to the April Detroit Area Woodturners meeting. We've got a fun one in store for you guys today. A lot to cover,
Sure.
so I'm going to get right into it. First off, um, we don't have any guests because this is a members only, so we shouldn't have any guests. But I do want to see we got any new members that have joined since the last meeting, and get you to say hi and give us your names. You'll have to unmute.
Hi.
We do have one guest, Jeff. My friend Sonal Gupta
Oh, that's right.
is on. She may not be listening this very minute, but
Okay.
she is logged on.
Okay, that's right.
The young man from
Anybody-
Rochester is a new member.
Who is it?
The young man from Buckman or Buchanan that was just on from
Oh,
Rochester.
yes.
Yeah.
Daniel, yeah.
Nice to
Say
meet
hi,
you.
Daniel.
Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel, and for those who didn't hear before, I'm new. This is my first meeting, and I'm from Rochester, and very much looking forward to learning how to turn properly. And I'd love to meet in person with some people or anyone who wants to just work together on stuff.
Well-
That's to learn. So
Well, Daniel, you came to the right place, and please make use of our Facebook page. There's a lot of information out there. You can ask questions, and people will answer them. We're a very friendly bunch.
yeah, I love looking at the pieces you guys are posting for the challenges. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. We got some incredible artists in our club.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. I call myself an artist, but not compared to half the guys in the club. So,
Yeah.
but welcome.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, then. So if you haven't, make sure you're muted. Next off, we're coming up soon to, if it goes off, quote unquote, Ron Campbell's Hands-On Retreat. And based on the social hour, it sounds like we got a bunch of people from the club going, and that's fantastic. A lot of familiar and friendly faces. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I just hope we can pull it off with the numbers going up and everything, and I'm hoping the governor doesn't shut things down again. Get the impression she doesn't want to, so keeping my fingers crossed. We are always looking for workshop volunteers. Our demos are covered, our Sunday demos are covered for the year, but we're looking for workshop volunteers. As you saw with my demo and with other demos and workshops, all you need is a phone. So if you've got something that would be good for a workshop, even if it's something that you think we've done before and you can show us a better way to do it, please contact Cindy Yates, and you can find her contact information on the club info tab of our webpage. And also remember that Chuck is more than willing to come out to your shop and do the video filming for you, so you don't have to worry about that. You just do your demo. So it's not hard. It's not hard. It's a lot of fun. So think about that and contact Cindy if you can be available for that. As you know, we've been looking for a new home, and some things are happening. We don't have anything in writing yet, but we have 3 potential sites that are going to be looked at. We have one site we've already looked at. Out in Commerce Township. Steve and I went out there. Steve and I are going to be looking at another location in the next week, we hope. And I'm not going to name these locations because we don't know anything yet, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Then there's a couple locations that I have to make contact with the people and get out and take a look at them. One location may not work for a workshop, but we can at least get meetings going. The other one may work out for both. So we've actually got movement going on that finally, which is quite a bit of a relief. But still, if you know something, if you come across something, see if you can get us contact information and let me know. And we will contact them and take a look at the facility and see if it'll work for us. So as you know, if you were here for the social hour, next Saturday is going to be the what is becoming now the annual swap meet. This is not a club sanctioned event. This is something put together by Chuck Lovato and Don Doyle. It's going to be from 12 o'clock till 3 o'clock at Chuck's house next Saturday. in Farmington Hills. If you're coming to be a participant, if you're coming to buy and look around and everything, do not come before 12 o'clock. And if you are going to be setting up a table to sell stuff, let Chuck know ahead of time, and you can get in at 11 o'clock. Don't come earlier than 11 o'clock. Last year we had people coming in 2-3 hours early, and Chuck had to send them away. You know, we got to be fair for the man. He's got to get things set up. So anyways, that's next week. So we will not be having a workshop because of that, because I expect a lot of the club members will be there. However, in place of that, I haven't got a date yet, but it's going to be one night, probably the following week, where I'm going to have a Turner's Talk. And I will send out an email and a link for that and everything, and I'll also put that in our Facebook page. And we'll have a Turner's Talk and to make up for it, and we'll talk wood turning, our favorite subject in the world. So
yeah, if you show up 2 hours early, I'm sending you down to my buddy's party store a mile away, and you're coming back with he'll tell you which bourbon I want.
Okay, so that was it for that. We're going to implement at the last, about the last 10-15 minutes of the meeting today, question and answer period. We have a lot of questions that come up during the meeting, and it kind of throws us off key for the meeting. We're trying to keep everything on a flow so we're not keeping everybody all day. So at the end of the meeting, if you got any general questions about turning or tools or anything, that will be the time to ask, and I'll let you know when we get to that. Let's see, looking through my stuff here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah, big one. We are thinking about if we can meet face to face and have a full group meet face to face. We're going to try to have a picnic in August, maybe even July. It all depends. Again, it depends on the governor and what she says we can and can't do. So we're going to try to do that. And it may be different from picnics in the past. It may be more like a general meeting where we have show and tell and things like that. We'll have food and so on. But we're going to try to get something going face to face, whether or not we have a place to meet or not. And understand that even if we have a place to meet, we may not be able to meet there yet. So, you know, we'll look at locations, possibly a park, if we can get into a park, or if somebody's got a large enough piece of property that we can get together in, we'll do that. So anyways, I just want to give you a heads up on that. We're going to try to do that. I really want to see everybody again. I've only seen you face to face one time, and that was my very first meeting with you last year in January. So so that should be fun if we can pull that off. So looking through my notes here. Anybody got any quick questions or announcements that need to be made?
Yeah, I have one. I think since you only actually was president at one meeting, we should have you for another year.
No. Can't do that.
Yeah.
That's against the bylaws. That's against the bylaws. Plus, we've got a very good candidate who's looking at this, and I'm not going to name the person because I don't want to put them on the spot. But I think if this person does do it, they're going to be an excellent president. And you need a fresh face. I'm getting old. I'm getting stale. You know, it's good that we change every 2 years. Clubs that kept the same president for many years have faltered and had a lot of problems because it becomes that president's club as opposed to the members club. So I've loved these 2 years. I wish it could have been under better circumstances, but next year you will have a new president, and that's a good thing. Just remember that that's a good thing. So,
well, when you started, you had hair of color.
I probably had some hair too. I'm not sure about that though.
Look at what being president's done to you. Yeah.
Look at the president of the United States. You know, they go in with black hair, they come out with white. Not a job I want. This is president enough. So, any other announcements?
Jeff, can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes. Who is it?
Ken Kernicki. Listen, whenever you can slip me in here today for the Starkweather thing.
Yeah, we're going to put you right after John's John's demo.
Yep, that's great. And just let me in. Give me a yell when you're ready.
Yeah. Ken's going to talk to you later on about something really cool coming up, that I think will make everybody very happy because it'll make us feel like a regular club again. So,
Jeff, we
yeah.
still
Okay. I'm
I
gonna.
am here.
Okay, Ken. And you gotta. There you go.
Okay.
We were seeing your forehead.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Ken talk about something very special coming up with the Stark Weather Gallery this year. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, Dave Pierce from Starkweather contacted me a month or so ago, and they have an opening for October. They would like us to have a show there if possible. And similar to our previous shows that we've had over the last few years, we did have one at Starkweather probably 5-6 years ago. It was our first show ever for our club. And so what I'm looking for is the participation numbers. If people feel they're wanting to get into this show, if we have enough people, we could kick it off. And that's sort of the key right now, finding out who's interested, and then go from there.
Ken, I'm
Yeah.
interested. I would be interested in what their traffic numbers are, and I mean, with the pandemic, you don't know who's open and that kind of thing. So I mean, it doesn't make sense to me to put stuff in an empty shop that nobody will see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, they've been open. They're open
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. They've been open for quite a while. And so, like I say, I'm looking for just a general consensus. It'd be for the 1 month of October. I don't have specific dates, anything like that. But for those of you that were in the previous shows, you sort of have the feel of what we're trying to keep things in the same category. We're looking to add wood carving. If there's going to be a little bit twist on, it's not going to be strictly turning. We'll have wood carving and flat work, as long as it's not a big hutch or something. Something that's, if you did a chair or you did, we're open for all woodworking. And if it has turning on it or carving, that's all the better. And so that was part of the change on this. And then, like I say, well, if people are willing to do this, October, we're hoping things will be open. They do have a yard. They have a pavilion behind the building available. And weather permitting, we should still be good in that sense where everybody can be outside, spread out, and so on. So
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken, is this going to
Yeah,
be a juried? Is this going to be juried like the last ones we had there?
Yes, yeah. You have to be a DAW member to present, to enter. And so, and then it'll have the juried, similar to what we had last time. We have international Turner members now. Like I say, shipping might be a nightmare for them, cost prohibitive and so on. But detail wise, we're trying to keep it the same. I don't have everything in stone yet, but the same 1 to 3 pieces. It would be a $25 entry fee, and then a juried. It's not juried to get in. It's juried after you're entered. After you've submitted your pieces, but you have to be a member. And then let's see what else. No collaborations this time. That created a little bit of a confusion last time. And like I say, flat work, stuff like that. The other categories were similar to what we had last time with the, holoforms, bowls, and so on. The kit with the pens and so on. And let's see. That's about it. I'm just wanting to, if Ben, I have not contacted Ben yet, but if he's on board here still, if an email could be sent out to the members, letting them, because I'm sure everybody's not here today, and then contact me just a text or email, just to say, yes, I'm interested. And then I will follow up with the actual entry form with all the specific details. But I do have to commit here shortly, within the next week or so, with Starkweather Gallery, and they're waiting for our final say-so. So,
Ken,
Ken,
yeah.
here's what
do you have a minimum of participants you have to have so that the show can go on?
The thing is, I believe, guidelines over the years, we were looking at, 12 or so. I mean, I'm sure they would accommodate us. If we have 30 or 40 pieces in there, would be, pretty good. But like you say, we've had close to 100 pieces in our last shows, in that range, between 70 and 90 something. So, that's a pretty good size show, for especially for the building itself. So if we could get 50 in there, would be awesome. That would be 17 people with 3 pieces each would be, I don't think that would be too hard to expect out of our club. But like I say, I'm just getting the feeling on this. And that's where we're going with it. And if Ben would send out a thing, I'll follow up with him. Email, contact me, text or email, just to let me know, yes, I'm in, no, I'm not, need more information, what have you.
Ken?
Yep.
What I'll do is in the next day or two, I will have our video from today's meeting up.
Okay.
And I send out an email to everybody, kind of giving a highlight of the meeting.
Sure.
I will put that in my email that Ben sends out.
Okay.
One thing I think that we're going to want to get as quickly as we possibly can is the rules and guidelines.
Yeah, I can have that. I can. What I sent, I believe I sent you a copy.
I can't open it.
You
no.
should have texted me. Okay, you need it sent in Microsoft or?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do
that.
Yeah,
Microsoft Doc or something like that. Because
right.
whatever you sent in, it's asking me to open up their documents or your documents.
It was in Google. Yeah, it was through Google. Okay,
yeah.
So I will. I don't know if I can do it from at home today or not, but if not, it'll be sent to you tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
When I get to work, I'll send you the actual. And then, like I say, the dates that are all to be determined because we don't have the specific, like as far as the reception and so on. Just we need to get a consensus of participation.
Where's the location at?
And that's at Romeo. Starkweather Art Gallery is in Romeo. Thank you for asking. I meant to tell you that in the beginning.
Yes, Andy, we've done other things there. We did a bowl thing a few years ago, and
yeah,
it's a beautiful little gallery.
Yeah, and,
beautiful little town.
Yes.
So
it's east side now, so it's my side of town, guys. But like I say, anyone internationally wanting, they're welcome to participate. Also, like I say, shipping would be a little bit of a task, but it's available. I'll make that happen. And any other questions? Like I say, our last gallery show was pretty large. So I don't know if we're going to get that kind of response now, but you never know.
Yeah.
And
okay.
That's about it. So yeah, we'll I'll get you that, and then follow up with emails, and then if anyone interested could get back with me, would be great. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Ken.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, if you can highlight me again. We are coming to the tool review part of our meeting. I'm going to start out since I've got a new tool to review. There we go. I just got to share my screen because for obvious reasons, this is going to be a really hard one to really physically hold up. But I've needed a drum sander, and I can't afford one. And And even if I could afford one, I don't have any space for one. So what I did is I went on YouTube and I found a lot of people that were making them to use on their lathes. And so that's what I did. Let me get things moved around here. So I got a little video here of it. And the clicking sound that you hear doesn't exist anymore. But there it is. And I needed this specifically for my segmented rings.
I did some of that to do some shaping on some columns and stuff. Yeah, cool. Handles.
Well, let me stop this. I'm having a little trouble hearing you, Matt. What was that?
I said, yeah, I made a drum sander very similar to that on my lathe for shaping handles. Yeah. Great idea.
Thank you. The sanding portion, the drum itself, I made out of plywood. I just glued up 3.5-inch squares of plywood and turned them around and made sure that it was level. And the platform is made out of MDF. And I've had a couple people send me Facebook messages saying I should do a demo. I don't know how I could do a demo on making something like that, but what I'm thinking about doing is making a video. And if I do that, I'll post that out on the club's YouTube channel and probably even put it up on Facebook. The trick is getting the time to do it. But it's a very basic, function drum sander. And if you noticed, I had it setting backwards on my lathe, and I did that so that my dust collection would grab all the dust, or as much of the dust as possible, and because a drum sander creates a lot of dust.
As I told you.
Yeah, right. So I have it backwards, which means I have to run the drum in reverse on my lathe, and that's why you're hearing the clicking. I didn't realize it was starting to come off my spindle. And
just a little point, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a cone center in the tailstock by the look of it, have you? Just a point?
What I did is, here, let me grab it for you real quick. Hold on. What I did was I drilled out just wide enough for my one-way to go into it.
That's all right.
And then it seats in. Yeah, I wanted to keep it from doing this.
That's what would happen if you just put a plain cone center into it.
Right.
That's what I was asking.
Yep, I've seen it both ways. I've seen guys do cone centers. I've seen guys do this, which was more feasible for me. I've also seen people put in 3/4-inch face plates and bring a cone center up to it. So
yeah, that's another way of doing it. But there's a lot of strain on that tailstock center, believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah. And the trick with it too is you got to take very light cuts.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like a typical drum sander, where in a typical drum sander you're not taking a lot of big cuts anyways. No. But light cuts, and that really makes the difference. So I'm very pleased with it. You couldn't see it for the light, but I had pencil scribbles all the way around to see where I'm getting it. And I had I spent 2 days aligning it perfectly. I had to move the wood that goes between my bedways. I had to slightly adjust that a little bit so that the base of the drum sander set flush up against the drum, and I finally got that. So that was the trickiest part of the whole thing. So
done well anyway.
Thank you. So that's my tool. Anybody else got a tool to show off?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, and who's that?
Bob.
Okay, let's find Bob. Wave your hand, Bob. I'm having trouble seeing the name. There he is. There he is. Okay. Let me spotlight. There you go.
Thank you. I've been, as some know, that I've designed tools and worked with that. And Ron Campbell has been a good friend of mine and beta tested mine. This is his, and I've been using it. And of course, it's in his handle design, the axe, which I like. It's easier to control. But what he's come up with is the ability of having the carbides very small. And when you get it, you get two different cutters for up here. And it's very narrow with a nice flat on it. And the nice things they have done that I have found is the fact that you have the flat that'll sit on a tool rest right here. But you can also, when you tip it to the side, in order to get some of the cuts you want, as shearing cuts, it's nicely rounded. And it's in a taper back to this far. So it's easy to get it inside and be able to use it. And of course, with his axe handle, it's solid because it's held in by two grub screws that sit on a flat that's cut into this. This back is tied to it. So, and it locks in place, so it's always dead center in the handle. It's really odd for me when I saw it, is if you can see the metal, the shaft is actually a round shaft, and they have cut it flat where it goes in. That way, there's no vibration whatsoever because the whole shaft is anchored in here and not just a couple of grub screws holding a bar with a flat on it. So it won't vibrate loose. It's solid. It's for sale now, but I've used it now and I really enjoy it. I've shown it off in Australia, and there's a chance, I've been told, that we can get one down there. They're talking about, well, I'll talk to you on the side, Robo. You guys play it.
Has Ron said if he's going to have any of them at the retreat?
I would think so, because they're now being officially sold.
Okay.
They just went up to be officially sold. I think it was Monday.
Okay. And that comes with a set of different types of cutters too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got a whole group of different cutters that can go on here.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed with what I did on the cutters for the hollow roller system, because he helped me come up with them for that too. I've tried others that I have that I've used with the deep hollowing system, small ones, they sit on here nicely too.
Yeah.
But that's the new tool that's now for sale.
Very nice. That's the first time I've seen it too, so it's very nice.
That's right. I've been waiting. And I've shown it off, but it's been online, but not broadcast.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Anybody else got a tool?
I got one for you.
Okay, Cindy, let's find you. There you are. Okay.
All right, as you know, I've been working with my CNC making tools, and I made the Longworth chucks, but I finally perfected my steady rest. So this is one side of it, and you just slide down real easy for adjustments. Everything's got knobs. This particular piece right here, you can adjust that for centering to the height of your particular lathe. So it can be cut down. You can make a new one to extend it. This piece right here hooks underneath your lathe. There's a long enough screw in here to do that. And then this is the back side and the wheels. So I will have some of these available, as many as I can make, at the swap meet.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Going once. Okay.
Hold on, Jeff,
Yeah.
this is for Cindy. Try to see if you can find clear wheels instead of the black ones.
Yeah.
Because the black ones can end up leaving marks on the piece that you're turning.
Okay, you can also use some masking tape to tape that. I find too. Not masking, but you know, painter's tape.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've seen
Okay,
guys do that.
but I
yeah.
will. They're any kind of wheel right now is hard to find. I don't know why. I guess because they're coming from China.
Hey, Paul, if you want to eliminate that problem, all you have to do is you just leave a higher band around where the wheels are gonna be. And that way you won't have any imperfection, because if you put a lot of pressure on the wheels, it's gonna
Right.
dig into the wood and you're gonna see it. So what you
Right.
normally do is leave a bit of a band around there. And once you did the hollowing, you take it out, you put a rubber chucky or whatever you want to do in the tailstock, and you just turn that band off and you're fine.
Oh, thanks, Alfred. That's great to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then, so that was it for tools? Okay, next item is the tool raffle. As you know, we've got a Longworth chuck that we're going to raffle off that Cindy made. Cindy, if you can hold that up.
Oh, I didn't bring it in here. You want
You
me to go
didn't?
get it?
If it's close.
Yeah, I'll go get it. Hang on a
Okay.
minute.
So anyways, I checked right before the meeting. We've sold about, I'm going to say about 15 tickets so far. So there's a lot of tickets need to be sold. You can buy your tickets in the members only area of our website. You just click on the link for the Longworth Chuck tool raffle. And you can buy as many tickets as you want. You're not just limited to one. The only caveat is that you have to click on the link for every ticket you want to buy. So you go through that process every single time. But please, if you're interested in this, go out and buy a ticket, and maybe you'll be the lucky winner. So we've got to sell 40 tickets, and once we hit that 40 mark, then we'll raffle it off. So, okay, yeah, there you go. So this is it. Cindy's holding it up.
So this is a Longworth, and the base plate is I have two sizes, the 1 by 8 and the 1 1/4 by 8, and I just use these to adjust. And the rubbers, this one's been out in the garage, so it's cold, so it's not gonna turn on me right now. Because they get, moisture in them, and I had them all tightened down because I tighten them down when I'm not using it, just so I don't get a lot of warpage on them. But once they go on their lathe, you can use these finger holds to do it. I make them in 12 and 15 inch. So, and I'm using the Nova chucks for the 1 1/4. And these are the easy wood that fit the 1 by 8s.
Hey, Cindy,
So,
I like.
but it turns, and then.
I like the fact you have.
I'm sorry.
I like the fact you have those long grippers there on the front where it grips the bowl or whatever you have. That makes it a lot easier, so things don't fly out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference.
Yeah, I did that, and I also was using fly, those butterfly nuts on the back, and I didn't like that the way it was. Because I want you to be able to grip something.
Yeah.
Yeah, wing nuts. So, but yeah, and then these can be changed. They can be brought to the middle. You can take these apart, and you can even get a smaller or a bigger. Right now I have them set on the pretty big one. So anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. Thank you. So remember, get to the members area and buy your tickets, and you can buy more than one. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I am not buying a ticket this time because I've already got one. So
yeah, Jeff was my prototype demonstrator.
Yeah.
Trier outer. So.
And those long grippers, to make point of what Alfred said, they are great because I have a segmented bowl on there right now, that I had in the store at PCAC. And somebody must have picked it up and dropped it, because when I got it, when we moved out, when I got it back, right where the bottom was meeting the segmented portion, it was cracked right along the seam. So I had to turn the bottom off of it. The thing was, the bowl wasn't exactly perfectly round anymore. So with the longer grippers, that gave me a little bit more comfort, and I was able to adjust the bowl to get it to where it was turning evenly. To cut that off. So it's a great tool. It's an absolutely great tool. So
I'll have some of those at the swap meet too.
okay. Okay, then that moves us to the President's Challenge. So let me share my screen again and show what's come in this month. Well, that is not what I wanted. Let's get out of here.
Smiles into your uncandid camera.
You know.
So why am I, let's do this. There we go. President's Challenge. And some people send in more than one item. That's perfectly fine. It's still just one chance at winning. So I've got to move the gallery out of the way, the peanut gallery. There we go. This first one is from Glenn Bridges. This is another shot of the same bowl. Jim Strohmeyer. So it's a nice little maple bowl. And Jim submitted it as the Facebook challenge, and I called him up and I said, why didn't you submit this to President's? He says, I didn't use a CA finish. And I told him, it doesn't have to be a CA finish. It has to be a finish like what we talked about, and that's what this is. So Jim's in the President's Challenge. Kathleen Gardner made a mortise and pestle. And a nice little tea light.
Here's my tea light.
What was that?
The use of tea lights in wood turning.
Oh, I sell a lot of them. So, oh, that was another, I'm sorry. I got those pictures a little out of order. There's another picture of the mortise and pestle. Matt Harbor made a scoop. Very nice. Mike Lanham. This is a CA finish, and I don't remember what kind of wood that was. No, but very nice.
Mexican ebony.
What was that?
Mexican ebony.
Mexican ebony. Okay, very good. Thank you. This is Mike Lenaway's with a CA finish. Paul Schultz. And this is also Paul Schultz, a pen, probably from the same antler, I imagine. This is Paul Zirkles, gorgeous CA finish. Phil Stevens, another of Phil Stevens. Rick Williams, I love the grain orientation on this. This is just beautiful. Richard Megnick made some pens, including a laser etched pen. And Ron Pullman, that was the last one that came in. Is Ron with us today?
Yes, I am.
Is there significance in that? Is that a military patch or something?
Yeah, Vietnam War.
Vietnam Service Medal.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I was thinking that when I saw it first come in. So that's our entries. We had a total of 12 people enter. So let me get my number picker up here. Set it to 12. Oh, thank you for highlighting me. And here we go. Number 4. Winner is Paul Zirkle. You get a craft supply certificate.
Yeah, about time.
Congratulations, Paul. So that's the President's Challenge. Good job, everybody. I really like to see everybody's doing something a little different, and I like that. And as we know, what you put on after you finish sanding can make all the difference in the world. And see, that's the President's Challenge. Okay, now we're going to do the Facebook challenge. We had a total of 22 people. So let me reset this to 22. And turn around and hit it. 22, the number 22, which is Rick Williams. Rick Williams, you won a certificate from Craft Supply. And I think Rick's came in yesterday, so that's taking it right down the wire.
That are under pressure.
Yeah. Okay, that brings us to show and tell, and I will start that because I got something. So get your stuff ready if you got something to show, and let us know your name so we can find you from the list and spotlight you. But as you know, back in the fall, I got a log of sugar maple from a friend, and I have now been taking the bowls out of the paper bag and turning them, and I just delivered a bowl to her. This is the other one. I mean, I just love that chatoyance that in sugar maple that I don't see in any other maple. So that's the other one. And for you new turners, we talked today about rough turning. This is the way it started out. This is rough turned. It's about inch thick, and that's been sitting in the bag since the fall. So this is going to be the next one I turn probably this week. So that's my show and tell. Who else do we have for show and tell?
I have one.
Okay, and who was that?
Paul.
Paul, okay.
Z.
Yes.
Okay, I have this.
Well, oh, there you are. Okay.
Here I am. It's ash. It's 12 by 9. And it's got, like, right now it's got 6 coats of lacquer on it. But what I really like about this is the back.
Ooh.
It's just amazing. It's amazing what the City of Huntington Woods cut down 2 trees last fall, and I got both trunks.
And
this is one of it.
Beautiful. What's the finish?
Lacquer.
Lacquer. Oh, that's right. You said that. About 12 coats?
10 right now. It's going to have another 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Nice piece, Paul.
Nice piece.
Thank you, Alfred. I just can't get over the back of it. I wish the back was the front.
Hey, next time you come to do something like that, think of what John Jordan just showed us. If you turned it around, you would have gotten that imperfections there right on the inside.
Yep.
So wood orientation is very, very important.
Well, I'm sure it's going to sell.
Okay. Who else has got show and tell?
I have.
We heard Bravo.
Let the other one go.
Who was the other one?
Me.
Okay, we got to find you, Jay. There you are.
Nah, wrong one.
Yeah.
Go
There
back
you go.
about 40 years.
Okay.
Don't be rude.
Okay, you're live.
Am I highlighted?
Yep.
You're highlighted.
No, you're highlighted, Jay.
Oh.
No,
you're highlighted on my screen. Now Robbo
He's
is.
just disappeared.
There. Now you're highlighted. That's who's switching us.
I don't know. I can see
I'm
Robbo.
looking at Robo.
Yeah.
Oh well, all right. Well, I'm up. I'll do it.
Well, you're gone now.
Well, now Robbo, you're gone, and it's Jay.
Yeah. Good.
So I got a red gum burl. Oh, sorry, my light's a bit dodgy. Red gum burl, captured ring bowl.
Is this the one that caused all the
Yeah,
anger the other night.
yeah. Bills probably wasn't the best wood for me to use, but it worked out in the end. It broke into three pieces originally, the ring, just from me being too heavy-handed with it, really. And yeah, so
Yeah, you were just kind of buffing the finish on it, weren't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Show us the inside, Joe.
It's hard to see it. The shadow gets it.
Yeah, it is beautiful though. I mean, the light catches it.
Yeah.
What's the finish you have on that?
It's just what I make out of beeswax and mineral oil.
Okay.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go to Robbo. He's waited long enough. Okay.
Don't know if this is going to fit on the screen, actually. That's 16 inches across. No, sorry, 17 inches across. It's a red mallee burl.
Wow.
That's the side of it.
Oh, I love the shape.
That's the bottom of it, yeah. I'm a fan of the OG shape or the reverse Simer. And that's the base of it. It's had 3 coats of nitrocellulose lacquer on it. I finish my things like John Jordan does. Just 2 coats, sand it back, and then another top coat, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful piece.
That's a 30% gloss.
Yeah. Beautiful piece, Robo.
It is very beautiful.
Thank
you. Okay, who else has got show and tell?
I got one, Bruce Gross here.
Okay, let's see if we can find you.
It's a long way from Australia.
There you are.
I made it. Hey,
I've got to pull on the cable a bit.
I've been working on platters and this using these Joe Sanja paints, you know, and this one I'm just about finished with. I got a couple more coats of lacquer to put on it, but it's I've been experimenting a lot with these paints and with a little bit of free painting on them, you know, etc. It's a maple platter from a tree that Chuck cut down and for me and cut up pieces for me, etc. And so I'm using this to kind of play around with some of these ideas on decorating a little differently with these paints. So each one I have fewer mistakes with, and kind of enthralled with the painting now on this stuff. I've got several other segmented project going. I've got about 5 or 7 black walnut bowls to put finishes on. And I misunderstood, I guess, the directions for the challenge last month. That it was, I thought we had to use the axe or the other finishes that you had demoed, Jeff. But I guess I misunderstood that, because I do have, I like the Beal system, and I've been using that a lot on the black walnuts that I'm doing, and I really like it. But I should pay closer attention to your instructions. So that's it.
Nice piece.
Nice piece. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, Jeff, I have something.
Okay, let's find you.
You're going to make us sick again, Alfred?
No. Not a chance this time.
Okay, you got it, Alfred.
Okay, remember we were doing those bows and showing about the sanding and all that.
Yes.
I actually finished those 2 bows. This is one of them. And as you can see, the inside, this is where we mostly worked on in the bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
The transition is really good. There is no imperfection, no undulations. This got it's kind of like a matte. It's between a matte and a bit more sheen lacquer. And I got maybe, I don't know, 8, 10 coats You know, I never count how many coats I have on them, but so that's one. But what I really wanted to show is the one that really had all that torn grain on it. That's it. That's the one with all that torn grain. Look, there's
That's just
nothing left.
amazing.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah, that came up well, considering what it was.
Yeah, I mean, and we really it didn't really show that well when we were filming, but it was really torn bad here. It's all gone, even the inside. So I just wanted to show this so that people will understand, you know, that you can repair something that is not really working for you. And this again, it's got multiple coats of lacquer on it. But basically, that's all I have.
Okay, and for
Thank you.
those of you who didn't attend the workshop that Alfred did on sanding, that's up on our YouTube channel, and you'll see what he's talking about on that bowl and how he was able to save that area where it was just pure tear out. And I've used that since then. Thank you, Albert.
Yeah. Well, hey, Brian, by the way, my name is Alfred, not Albert.
Oh, Alfred, I'm sorry. God.
Yeah, but yeah, the problem with that box elder bowl is it wasn't tear out, but that area was so punky there that it wouldn't cut. And, you know, I was sharpening my tools and it just pulled it out. It was so torn. So, but by doing that with the lacquer and using the powder from the lacquer, the dust, it works. I didn't think it would work as well, but once you try it and you see, there's always room how to improve it, but you'll find out that it really works and makes a good finish. We just saw the evidence of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I got one. Bob.
Oh, okay, and who's that?
Elliot. You just had me up.
I did?
Yeah, with
Oh,
the tool.
okay.
Dr. Bob.
Slipped right by me. Slipped right by me. Okay.
I've been playing with, when I haven't been in the hospital, coming up with something that can be used for a display that's being put together by a friend of mine for Christmas. And they can't have open flames. And it's supposed to be an old village. So I've been playing with coming up with using just plain wood and putting LED lights in them, the little dollar store sets, and they seem to work fairly well. I'm just working on how to get the best reflection and stuff like that before I go any farther. But it's supposed to be an old German village, and I'm just trying and experimenting with them, but they do work well with the little lights. And there are so many different combinations of LEDs you can get that do different things. Unfortunately, you got to buy 20 or 30 of them at a time, but that's a couple of bucks. They say this has a flicker, and you can adjust the flicker rate by changing a resistor in the bottom. I figured that out, so I put one in, a little variable one, so I could do it. They also have it, which when I'm done, is to have a little hole for a microphone on them, because they have, here again, the little LEDs, just like you go to buy, but you buy them online, they're about that big, as typical, but they'll dance to music in the circuits in the bass. Just pull it apart, keep the bass, a little hole for the sound, and for about $3, you can make something like this. Whatever you put between the two, that's up to you. You know, this is for an old set that a friend of mine wanted me to make 5 or 6 of them for. That's all.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? Last call? Okay, then. final thing for today is kind of an open period for questions and answers. If anybody's having any issues with something they're working on and got some questions or anything, or whatever, speak up. We got 10 minutes for this.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
It's Phil. I just got one quick comment. They were talking earlier about rough turning and how thick to make it. And John said, around 3/4 of an inch. And that's probably a good for a certain size. But I really like the using the ratio of a 1/10 of an inch for every inch in diameter. It really gets you it gives you a feeling that you're adjusting for the size of the bowl more than just saying approximately 3/4. So if I turn a 12-inch bowl, it's 1.2 in thickness, and
yeah,
a 10-inch bowl would be an inch, and so forth. I think that gives you a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I've always used too. And that seems to work really well.
10% rule.
Yep, that seems to work well. Thank you, Phil. Anybody else got any questions or advice or concerns or? Okay.
David Aller had a question, but he needs to unmute himself.
Oh, who was that?
David Aller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I've been trying to do some spindles. I've got a lot of vibration on it. I've got a steady rest in the middle. Am I turning too fast? Are my tools too dull? Or am I using the wrong tools?
You got a steady rest and you're still getting a lot of vibration?
Yeah.
And you're turning it between centers?
Yes.
How long is it?
About 32 inches.
You shouldn't need a steady rest on that.
Well, I got a lot of vibration, so I put a steady rest on it.
Rightio. I'll hazard answering this one if you like, Jeff, because that's what I do all day.
If anybody can answer it, Robbo can.
Okay, are you getting the vibration down near your right hand there?
Getting it right in the middle.
Yep, right. The best way of doing it is to sit your hand behind it, and then use your chisel. Sit your thumb on your chisel, and then work down the tool rest.
Okay.
And use your hand as a steady behind. And what are you cutting it with? A gouge or a skew?
I've tried both.
Right. Well, I'd personally use a skew, but then I'm pretty good with a skew. But a gouge would probably do as well, as long as you're not scraping it or using carbides on it. You just run your hand. If Jeff can just highlight me for a second.
Yes.
I'll grab this.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So imagine this is your round piece like this. You put your hand over the top like that. Gee, I just happen to have a chisel here. So you put your hand over behind like that, your thumb on the top of the tool like that, and guide it along, sliding, keeping the support behind it with your hand. And that's quicker than trying to use a steady, because sometimes a steady will actually push it out of line and make the vibration worse. So, and you may have your tailstock too tight too, which tends to make them bend in the middle, and then they flutter up and down. So if you put your hand over behind it, not tight, and sit it in the knuckles here, and just slide it down while you're sliding the tool down along it, you'll get rid of the vibration probably.
Okay, thank you.
Good advice, Robbo. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody? Okay, let me get me highlighted again. So that wraps up our meeting for April. I want to thank everybody for coming out. And if John, if you're still with us, I want to thank you for joining us today and teaching us about wood and wood orientation. A lot of fun today. So I will work on getting this video all edited. John's portion will be taken out of the meeting video and put into a private area for our members only. And I'll let you know when both of those are available. And then next month we have Mark Wallace doing our demo for us. So remember, the President's Challenge is to orient your wood based on what you learned from John Jordan today to get that look. And when you post the image on Facebook, give us a little description of what you did for it. Nothing great, just a little description. So that's basically it. I want to wish everybody a great day. Stay safe in your shop or wherever you go. And as Captain Eddie says, keep making shavings. We'll see you next month. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
Jeff.
everybody.
See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Jeff. Goodbye.